everyone, and welcome to my organized life, where I'm trying to get my life organized. If you're new to the channel, a huge hello and welcome to you, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for being here. So today we're going to be going through and closing out the month of May, and as always, I'm excited and nervous for this. May has been a crazy month. There's been so much unexpected income and so many kind of expected but unexpected expenses. We'll get more into that as we close out the month. However, if you do watch when I close out my paychecks, you'll already have a general idea of what went on this month. So this is my budget binder. I bought the PDF version of the Budget Mom's Budget by Paycheck workbook. So I have everything in here plus a few materials of my own and some other online resources. So we're just going to flip to May. This is getting so heavy. I'm debating taking the previous months out. Maybe keeping like the last month, but taking the other ones out. I don't know. We'll kind of see. I feel like this is going to be a little bit too much eventually. Okay, so this is what the month of May looked like for bills wise and everything else. I had this glorious week and a little bit off, which was awesome, and then ended up going back to work. I've been back for a little bit now. Would rather be home, but this is what paycheck 1 looked like, and I just went through and closed paycheck 2. Got expense trackers, and then my Walmart MasterCard, which we've got here. And then these are the pages that we're going to be using. So she gives you 3 pages to close out the month. Where did my money go worksheets? There's the monthly budget category breakdown, the monthly debt and savings breakdown, and the monthly spending comparison. So I'm just going to grab these out of here and any other papers I might need, and I'll meet you back. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and set up these pages.
Told me not to worry. You said that we could pick up where we left off, but all that I could think of are your eyes so blue, your hair so soft. And know that if I keep living in the past.
Alright, so there is everything color-coded, set up, and beautiful, just the way I like it. I like making budgeting pretty, otherwise it's not as much fun. So we're going to start with the monthly category budget breakdown, especially since this is the one that I generally struggle with. We did pretty good last month. This month has been very chaotic though, so I'm not really sure what to expect with closing the entire month, but I guess we'll see. I'm going to be using all of my papers for the last month's worth of budgeting. So this was my first paycheck in May. So my starting balance is going to be my rollover from this paycheck. So $376.28 plus incoming income. So to figure this out, I'm going to take the $1,662. I think that's what that is. Yeah. And 87 cents. And I'm going to minus the rollover. So that was my incoming income for the first paycheck. Okay, so then I'm going to add the income from the second paycheck, so the total income, which was $7,493.35, and I'm going to subtract this rollover. So $352.88. So this should be the incoming income. So $8,427.06 plus the starting balance. So $376.28 equals total monthly income of $8,803.34. Okay, so I'm going to go through and figure out what my monthly budget was and what my monthly spent was.
Really make it back, I'll never get to hold you how I meant to. I'm saying hey, 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 won't you let me sing a song about never letting go. I'm saying hey, 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 won't you let me love you.
If you didn't watch any of my budgeting videos and you're new, a little bit of explanation for why my monthly income is so high. So I did bring in several envelopes. So I brought in my May challenges, and this went towards miscellaneous. I bought quite a bit of stickers, so I didn't budget for that, but I did use that money for that. So I brought $215 for my May challenges. I did buy my cat food from the vet, the expensive stuff that I have a sinking fund for. So I brought in $315 from that envelope. I got a tax return of $2,149.85. I brought in what I put away every month for my land tax to cover the cost, because that was $2,937.59. And then I also got a payment from the government of $334.77. So that is why my income is so high. I had so many just kind of random things happening this month. It will definitely be going back to normal next month. And that is also why my monthly spend is so high as well. So let's go through and figure out the difference. Okay, so we have a positive $60 difference for cab money. So 130 minus 68.24. Positive difference of $61.76 for lunch money. $64.62 for groceries. $32.81 for takeout miscellaneous. Yikes. Over budget there by a lot. Same with pets. I don't know how to write numbers. Okay. Bills as well is a huge one. There's no difference in sinking funds. And then there's a positive for rollover. Okay, so now we're going to figure out what percent of income went to each category. So I'm going to take my total monthly income, which was $8,803.34, and I'm going to put this on memory. And then I'm going to take my spent, this one will be 0. So 68.24 divided by memory recall. So this is not even a percent, it's 0.008%. Okay, so there is the percents there. So almost half of my income went towards bills, of course, because of that money that I brought in to cover the land tax. So that was a huge one. The June starting balance is going to be my rollover. from this last paycheck. So the June starting balance is $973.53. Okay, so the total here is going to be the total monthly income. I'm just going to transfer that number down to here. And then I'm going to add up all of the monthly spends. So that is $7,829.96. Let's see if I add 973.53. It'd be 8803.49. That's interesting. So I'd be almost exact. Okay, so what I like to do when I close my months, I know the Budget Mom adds all of this up, including the June starting balance, and this should equal that. But I just like to subtract this to see what my rollover should be, and then I see what the difference is between what I actually have and what my budget says I should have. So 8803.34 minus 7829.96. So 973.38. Okay, so this is what I have. This is what I should have. Okay, so I'm going to subtract this number. So it's off by 15 cents. And actually, according to this, I have 15 cents more than it says I should have. So that's actually not too bad. So when I look at when I closed my paychecks out for May, I was over by $1.20 here and off by $1.05 here. So that equals the 15 cents. So this is actually really good. So not really off by much. I'm happy about that, and I'm happy that it is. I'm glad that it's a positive amount that I'm off by rather than missing money. So that's always good. So I'm pretty happy with this, considering that the last little bit I've not been very adamant on checking in with my budget. I haven't been looking at it every night like I should be, but this is good, and I'm gonna work better on checking in with it every night. So that is it for the Where Did My Money Go monthly breakdown. So we're good there. Okay, so next we're going to tackle the monthly debt and savings breakdown. So I'm going to transfer the total monthly income here. Okay, so I got to figure out how much I put towards my Walmart MasterCard. So I'm just going to grab that from the sheets here. So for the first paycheck, I put $50 towards my MasterCard. And then for paycheck number 2, I put $635.87 towards it. So a total of $685.87. So then if I divide that by the monthly income, um, 8% of my income went towards debt. So the total is $685.87, and 100% of that debt went to my MasterCard. So that one's pretty easy. Okay, so this one is a little bit different. So I take my sinking funds totals. So let's see, I've got 484 plus 75 plus 1542 plus 75. So this should equal $2,176. I'm going to divide that by the total monthly income. So 25% of my monthly income went towards my sinking funds. I'm silly. I guess I could have just taken those numbers from here. I didn't even think of that. Okay. So now I'm just going to go through and figure out the total amount saved for each sinking fund.
Just give me a yes or no. Just give me a yes or no. Won't you let me love you? Just give me a yes or no.
Okay, I think I've got everything here that I saved towards. So I'm going to take the total monthly savings, so 2176. I'm going to put that on memory. So then I can just go the total divided by memory recall and then hit the equal button, and I can do that for all of these and get the percents. So only 1% went towards carbon. If there's any other $30 ones, I know it's 1%. There isn't, so we're going to go 40 divided by memory recall equals, rounding up, this is 2%. Vacation, we also saved 40, so that'll be 2%. Same with birthdays. Okay, so next, oh, there is a 30 here, so this is 1%. So next is 150. So rounding up, this will be 7%. Don't see any other 150s. This is 60. So 3%. 110. It's 5%. 9%. I don't think cats will even have any percent, so I do still like to put it, so 0.001%. All right, so very small numbers because we had such a large amount of savings. So of course, 46% of this went towards the emergency fund, which is extremely important, so that definitely lines up. And then next was the May challenges, so 10% there. And then puppy, which was, these are definitely the top 3 most important things that I was saving for. So that lines up with my priorities. So then lastly, we're going to come through and do the monthly spending comparison. So I'm just going to grab my numbers from both of these sheets, the one that we just did for May and then the one from last month, and then we'll see what the changes were.
I know it's been a while now. You're taking off in parts I've never heard of. I'm trying to figure out how I can show you now how I've been running out of things to think about in between my dreams of you and me.
Okay, so this month the income was $8,803.34. So I'm going to subtract what my income was last month, which was $3,067.11. So I had an increase of $5,736.23. Okay, so 7 minus 0 would be 7. So if it's a positive number, I spent less in May, so it'll be green. And then if it's a negative number, I spent more in May, so it'll be pink. So 106.20 minus 68.24. I spent less in lunch money, which is understandable because I was off for 9 days. Groceries. minus 335.38. Okay, so I spent more on groceries this month. Spent more on takeout, which makes sense. I think this month I was challenging myself not to buy takeout, so that would be why there's hardly anything here. Spent more on miscellaneous, not by a whole lot. I really got to get my miscellaneous spending under control. Spent more on beauty. Spent more on pets. $1093.21 minus 4245.36. Okay, 1004 minus 2176. And then of course nothing for rollover. All right, so we spent less this month in cab money and lunch money, and we spent over everything else. So groceries, this would be because I had the 9 days off and I actually decided to do some meals, so we got stuff that we usually don't because I'm usually too busy to cook. Takeout, again, last month I was trying not to spend any money on takeout, so this month there was no restrictions, so of course we spent more there. Miscellaneous, because we spent on those stickers. Beauty, because I didn't budget anything for April. I think because the beauty salon was closed, and then it's so high this time because I paid for mine and my mom's. Pets, because of getting the specialty cat food, and then bills, of course, because of the land tax, and Walmart MasterCard payments and all that. That's going to be quite huge. And then sinking funds, of course, because of that emergency fund and the extra little bit that we saved for Bear, because we had that little extra bit to play around with. So against next month, this is going to be crazy, and there's going to be a lot of green for sure. But it'll be nice to kind of get back to normal next month. But that is it for closing out this budget. I really like how simple that is. I actually did better closing out the month this time than I did my paycheck, so that's nice. That's a nice change for once. Alright, so I think I'm going to leave this here. If you guys liked this video, would you please give it a thumbs up? And if you'd like to see more content like this, feel free to subscribe and ring that notification bell if that's something that you're interested in. As always, take care, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Alright guys, bye!